What's up, you guys? This is your girl, Ama. Welcome back to my channel, Resilient Beauty. As I say, it's always an honor to have you guys here on this platform just to share with you what the Lord is sharing with me. So with that being said, I'm going to jump straight into this. I should have released this video, you know, about a few days ago. But as always, we have our personal lives and we got to also pay attention to what's happening in our personal life. And sometimes that stuff can be very overwhelming. But no excuses here. I actually just want to briefly talk about the Ashlee Jenae, I believe is her name, situation. The beautiful Black queen that was murdered by I don't even know the guy's name. Don't care to know his name. But this Caucasian man recently in, I believe, Tanzania. So I'm going to come back. This is just a short version. I am actually going to come back and do a second version, with my face showing and everything like that. Just to share with you guys more in depth what has been shown to me and shared with me. So first and foremost, when I heard about this, I heard about it on YouTube. And I think about the second day I was on TikTok and I'm streaming down my, feed and everything like that. And I came across, the story again. And of course with TikTok, once you click on something, you get involved, you're clicking on the next and you're going down this rabbit hole. So when I first got news about this, when I first saw it on YouTube, my spirit could not exactly pinpoint that guy. And right away, I knew that he was not the only person involved. When my spirit is like that, when it's like, I don't know how to describe it. I'm trying to describe it in a more human, physical description. But it's kind of like, it's it's kind of like something being thrown and it's trying to find its direction in which it should go, right? That's how my spirit felt. It wouldn't pinpoint to him exactly. So I knew that there were more than one person involved, meaning more. It was not only him that was involved. So, I started listening to my spirit more, started getting in tune and but just diving into the messages that was being uploaded to my spirit. And I heard, okay, Tanzania, I'm like, there was definitely people from the hotel involved. Then my mind goes, but why would they turn on another Black woman that has the same skin tone as them, that is Black like them? Then I remember a video. I don't know if it was Tanzania exactly, but it was definitely in South Africa. And it was kind of like it was a jailhouse. And it was either it was a courthouse or something like that. And there was a white male involved. And I think a Black person, if I can remember, African person. And the way those people at the courthouse, and y'all excuse me because my memory can be very vague sometimes. I just remember the details in which I should remember. But they were treating this Black person like, excuse my language, like crap over this white male. And mind you, this video was uploaded by somebody else. And basically the depiction of the video was basically saying like, kind of like there's still racial discrimination that's going on in South Africa. Even with those people being Black. Same skin tone, even if it's a little darker or lighter. But of Black descendant. And right away, my spirit in that moment picked up on that video. It like my mind went into a revelation retrospect and it went straight to that video. And so what that video was doing was confirming to me that there was people at the hotel that was paid to be involved in Ashlee's death. And my spirit also went on to saying and feeling that the people there, they worship the white man. They worship white people over their own people. They still look at white people like they are God. They are Jesus. I'm hearing in my spirit that I don't believe that I don't know, but I'm hearing that he picked Tanzania for a reason. He picked Tanzania for a reason because they know this. He knows this. So he knew that it would be an easy thing to get people involved in that hotel just like that for the price of money. They were going to easily do it, easily keep their mouth shut, easily, they were easily going to do it. That's what my spirit just heard. But yeah, going back to what I was saying, they worship white people like they are Jesus, that they are God. South Africans, they do this. They worship white males and women like they are God and Jesus. So this demon of a guy, he knew this. So he picked Tanzania for a reason. She didn't pick this trip. He picked this place. I'm also hearing there's also been other transactions that's happened in the past, and it may not involve exactly him, but it involves this dark group of people that this demon of a man is involved with. There has been past transactions at the hotel. But going back to what I was saying, he picked this place for a reason. So yeah, he took me back to Revelation Retrospect on that video that was posted by somebody else years ago that I saw this video. And that confirmed to me that it was somebody in the hotel that was involved. So I think a day or two after the first time I heard about the situation, like when I went onto TikTok, I came across this lady she's an oracle or something like that. I don't know the names, but basically she has spiritual gifts as well. She can see. And she, watching the video, she was staring at a specific spot, but I can see her traveling in the spirit. I could tell through her eyes that she was traveling through the spirit. She said that she saw Ashlee. She saw Ashlee with her, like she was standing in a corner. She saw Ashlee standing in the corner. Right away. God took me back to a friend of my father's that called me after, we had buried him and everything like that. She said my father came to her in a dream with his back turned, and it was dark. And my father kept saying, with his back turned, "Where is my children?" As I'm listening to this lady, my spirit, my gifts is picking up on exactly what it needs to be picked up on. And what I picked up on from what she was saying, and it also confirmed to me what the Lord was saying to me about my father, is that he was sacrificed. He was not sacrificed, like he was binded in the spirit. Somebody binded, or people binded him so that he could not see, so that he could not come to us, his kids, especially me, to reveal certain things, because they wanted to keep certain things in this family of mine a secret. And they knew my father would come to me in a dream and reveal things and people. So when that lady said that Ashlee was standing in a corner, I knew right there and then that someone had her binded in the spirit. And what that lets me know is that she was sacrificed. Now, if there's one thing I have learned over the years of God's teaching, wisdom, and sharpening of my gifts, is that when people kill to sacrifice, they don't just kill and sacrifice random people. It doesn't work like that. Okay? You have to have a bright star in order for your death to be beneficial to those whom are sacrificing you. They have to know your star. You have to have some level of purity in you and surrounding you in order for your death to be beneficial to those whom has killed you and sacrificed you. So that what lets me know is that her star was bright, and also Ashlee had she was a pure girl. Despite her big lifestyle, she was a pure soul to some degree. She still had purity on her and in her. So she was targeted from the start. Those whom are that guy and those whom he is involved with, they knew who Ashlee was. Wow. I'm hearing something in my spirit about Kevin Gates, because I did see a video that she had once went on a date or something like that, of Kevin Gates. And he actually had a video of them hugging, and he showed her car or something like that she was driving in. I'm not going to really dive into that. I'm going to go back to God, and I'm going to depict that before I say anything here on this web. But I believe somebody led them to Ashlee. She was talked about in very big and dark rooms. That's what I'm hearing. She was talked about in very big and dark rooms. She was being watched. Social media wise, she was being watched. And she was being watched because they wanted to know her weaknesses and her strength, so they would know how to move in. Now that I'm yeah, it's like everything is kind of like piecing together, seeing all like the little informations I've seen, because there's something going on around. I didn't really get too much into it. I did see it overnight last night when I worked. I was on Facebook and I saw it, and basically they were people, the black community, were talking about how she worshipped a white man. They dive deep into her social media. I saw a few things on Facebook about how she said she preferred mixed kids and all of those above, and how she was saying, talking about, black men, and how she preferred, her preference over a black man. Now, I know the black community, black males, and also black women, are feeling some type of way about this, and there's been very, very evil comments. Despite a person's purposes, I would never, I'm saying, man, people are evil. I would never go and stoop that low to celebrate someone's death or say they deserve it because of their preference. But I did oversee this, and it's making sense now that I'm sitting here talking. It's making sense. She was being watched. They were watching her over social media. The rooms, that very dark room of people. Yeah. Man, I'm not. I gotta really talk about. I gotta go to God about this Kevin Gates thing, because I'm hearing something about the industry. Like, I'm hearing something, or somebody at the industry pinpointed her, and her name was brought into, um, like I said, a very big dark room full of dark people. She was being conversated about, for sure. They were watching her on social media. They was getting to learn her weaknesses. They were getting to learn her strength, her financial. She was definitely in Africa. There, in Sierra Leone, there's this thing called walk the ground. They were walking the ground on her, meaning that they were searching her in all four corners of the earth. They knew her star. They saw her star. They saw who Ashlee was. So I do believe that this guy, he was sent. Yeah. This was no random act of, things went wrong and he just killed her. Nah. He was sent. This had been a plan from the get-go. And Ashlee didn't even know it. He was sent. And I feel like saying he was sent from the pits of hell. Satan sent him. Wow. Yeah. This thing gets very heavy for me. That's why I'm always dipping in and out of the story, because after a while, like, it gets really heavy for me, and it gets draining. It gets depressing for me, and that's the feeling that I'm definitely getting right now. Yeah, he was definitely sent, and they sent a white male to her based off what she put out there. Also, God showed me this. He said that Black women are being targeted, and not just all Black women, specific Black women, because remember, okay, who you are in the spirit matters. Your star matters, and people can see that. But Black women are being targeted. There's a trend that I've been noticing from, I believe, 2020, probably 2021, but let's just say a few years, 3 to 4 years now, that I've been noticing with the obsession of Black women over white Caucasian males. The obsession and the hallucination, and I wouldn't say hallucination, the obsession and delusion that white males, Caucasian males, can provide Black women with a soft life. They don't got to struggle no more. They don't have to do everything on their own no more. The finances, the trips, the money, the car, the luxury, the eating out, the skin glowing, the, being the biggest one out of the friend group. Like, there has been an obsessed trend with Black women over believing that white males are the only ones to provide them with a soft life. And when you have, I'm also hearing those who are also on social media platforms that are biracial couples that are thriving, they have, families and things like that. They don't even know that they're being used. Because let's be honest, anything industry-wise, anything that gets you on a higher and bigger platform, you're no longer in God's realm. You are now working with the devil. And I don't really think that people are understanding this, and I really don't think they're realizing this. They're blinded to this fact. And so what when I say industry, I'm not just talking about music. I'm talking about the realm in which the devil has people captured in. They don't understand that they are actually being used as like puppets to showcase this type of lifestyle, to make people fall victim, even if those people who are being showcased on those platforms are not going to be victims or not becoming victims, that they're in their biracial relationship, they're actually striving, or they're actually, there's no sense of violence, maybe a lot of arguments and bickering, because you never know what people go behind closed doors, right? But not at the degree of what's happening to other people that are not, on that platform or being showcased like that. These people they're being used as puppets to lure in certain, and I'm going to keep saying this, not everybody. This is a spiritual thing. Not everybody, but those who have a star, those who have purity still around them, they are being lured without even knowing into set up relationships that are going to bring death upon them, or even just dating, not even just relationship, but taking that risk to go out on a date, because the enemy knows this obsession, not by coincidence, but by strategic planning. The thing about where, not to dive out of what I'm saying, but this still is connected to what I'm saying. I don't think people realize that the devil is a system. I don't think people realize that once people are in the system and they're working with the devil, whether they fully are aware of it, I don't think people realize that no matter where if you are not on that side of things, on that side of the dark, but you're on the side of light, right? Even if you're not, super religious or super spiritual, but you believe in good things, you want to do things the right way and things like that. I don't think people realize that when people are working in the system with the devil, that no matter where you go, you will be targeted, because it's a system. So people are being used in that system of the devil. They're being used. They are being used. So the system is so deep. The system, just how God's kingdom is deep. He will send people to you. They call it divine helpers. He will send people to you. Remember, the devil is a mocker. He'll take what God has strategically put together, turn it into his work and his way that mirrors God's way, but it's in the form of now darkness. The results are dark things. Just how God's kingdom is a system, the devil has a system. And many people work in that system. Some are fully aware and are willing participants to be in that system. I got to throw that fact out there, because even Christians, I don't think y'all are really understanding how the devil works. I don't think a lot of Christians, just a lot of people in general, really understand. People still believe in coincidence. There's nothing underneath this earth or over this earth that is a coincidence. Everything is strategically planned out by God or the devil. But going back into the Ashlee situation, she was targeted. She was used for sacrificial goods. Now, I heard something about This guy is a crypto guy, asymmetrical something. Believe it or not, I've seen that crypto name before, and it has stuck out to me before because of the name. So when I saw this name again, I'm like, God, I was shook, because I'm like, you know what? I got to be involved in this. Meaning, like, I had to ask God about what happened. I got to allow God to minister to me. I got to allow my spiritual gifts to break this down as far as God will let me go to break it down. I heard that he was having problems. Rich guy. I think they say he's in the millions or billions. Rich guy. But I heard he was having problems. So going back to that TikTok video that I saw with that lady, the more she talked, I was in tune, but I was out of tone, meaning that in the background, I could hear her voice, but in the front line, my spirit was interpreting. Like, it was just, my spiritual gifts was just, it was just going and flowing. You know what I'm saying? Like, I was just breaking some things down. But I heard in the spirit that there was something dark over this guy. And then the more I looked at his picture, I'm like, man, those eyes are like, they never lied when they said the eyes are the soul of, the window of your soul. That man is into dark things. And I heard in my spirit that Ashlee found out something about this guy. I heard that she found out a lot more than the surface level that she was given. She found out, she may not have found out the whole picture and the whole degree of this dark lifestyle that he lives, this demon of a man lives, but she found out some kind of level. I believe one of the things that she found out was that this man has bent over for other men who are in higher, wicked, powerful seats. He's bent over. I heard it clear as day. That man has bent over for dark, powerful men that sit in very high, dark places. I believe she found that out. But something tells me that she ignored it, she confronted it, or she either found out previously before the trip, she still went on the trip, she ignored it. She ignored it. But I believe this also came into play into why she was sacrificed. She was already targeted. She was already going to be sacrificed because of her star, because of her purity, because it's beneficial to them. Mind you, I said them. But I also believe what she found out put more of a rush. It put more of a rush onto him killing her. That's what I'm hearing and feeling. Yeah. On that TikTok lady video, I wrote a whole paragraph. I got to go back on my, I have a new TikTok that I call Silent Truth. So SILENT _ TRUTH, Silent Truth. When I get time, I'm going to hopefully somebody liked the comment or something so I can go back. I'm going to find my commentary and I'm going to post it on here. But I said something in the degree of like the dark web. Like there's something like there's like something with a group of dark people, bro. Like, I really feel like this was a game to this man. Like, this was a game to some people. Like, people betted on this girl's death. People betted on this girl's death. People betted on her death. And I also believe that this is a message to Black women from them, whoever they are. This is a message that they can kill us, they can take us out, and won't nothing happen. But previously, before making this video, I'm gonna back up on what I just said. Previously, from making this video, I was already, in tune a little bit. I was already digging in my spirit about this about Ashlee's death. And oh God, please don't make me lose my thought. Oh God, bring that thought back to me. Bring it back to me. Bring it back to me. Yes. I don't believe he's going to get away with it. He's not going to get away with it. He thinks he's going to get away with it, but I feel like there's a plot twist here. Those people that are in those high places, in those dark rooms, I believe he owed those people. I really believe he owed those people. And I really do believe this sacrifice was not for him, this white man. It was not for him to redeem himself. It was for them. The plot twist is they're gonna mess him over. They're gonna backstab him. I can literally see this guy, like visually, I can see him in like putting his hand over his head, like he is stressing, and he is not stressing over the fact of getting of Ashlee's death, and he is not stressing over the attention, because all these things are part of the sacrifice. You remember that David and Celeste thing? Yeah. The attention is a part of the sacrifice. The attention is to grow the crypto. The attention is to, all those things. But I do believe there are people are applauding this man, because I saw it. They're applauding him. They were applauding him. They were applauding him. But here is the thing, like I said just now, they're going to turn on him. So I can visually see him with his hand over his head. He's stressing. I can see him sitting down on the floor with his head in between his legs, hand over his head, stressing back against the wall. He's quiet, but he is stressing. And it ain't got nothing to do with police investigation. It has to do with those dark people in those big, very dark rooms. He's stressing over them, because they are going to backstab him. Oh yes, I can see it. They are going to backstab him. They're not going to allow him. They're going to allow him to take the fall, because he is the fall, but they are the bigger fall. They are the mastermind. He is just a puppet. You see that guy there that you guys think that is in control or is big fish? He's not big fish. He's actually very little compared to the dark giants that's behind him. He's a puppet. And that sacrifice wasn't for him. It was for them. So they're going to backstab him. That's all I'm going to say for now in this video. I'm going to, if like, I want y'all to understand, I don't dive into something that I'm not meant to dive in. I only dive as deep as God will allow me. Because sometimes, I'm hearing my series, sometimes when you dive deep, there's bigger troubles at the end. So I don't allow myself and my spirit to dive deeper than what God allows me. So I'll come back, because there's something with Kevin Gates. And I'm not saying there's something he's involved or anything like that, but there's something there with that video popping up. There's something there. There's some type of lead there about how she gained the attention outside of her wealth that she was building, outside of her success, the strive that she was building. And I don't know. Something tells me she wasn't really building on the devil's territory. I believe that is a problem for them. Something's telling me she wasn't really building. Something's telling me she really wasn't building on the devil's territory. And that's a problem. How dare you be successful? How dare you be striving? And you're a black woman. How dare you be building businesses and all these things, but you are not involved with us. We are not the ones, and we are not the rulers of your wealth. Oh my God. We are not the rulers of your wealth. How dare you? So she gained their attention. So I'm going to come back, because there's certain things I really got to talk to God about before I come back on this platform and say anything. Love you guys. See you guys next time. Black women. I'm going to keep saying this. Keep your head on a swivel. Everything is not what you think it is. Sometimes, you know what? I'm not going to say that. I'll save that for another video. But my message to all black women, keep your head on the swivel. Do not get caught up in the delusion of money, finances, soft life girl era, luxury this, luxury that, all these things, to the fact that you're going to dance with the devil in order for you to taste and see. I love you guys. Take care of yourselves.